Namaste, Assalamu alaikum, Shalom. Buenos días, Isiche, Aquaba, Welcoming, Buenas tardes, what up, though? This is Mélanger, Café Mélanger. Week número 2, session número 4. Week número 2, session número 4. Hey, Leo. And we're doing it light again. Sharing a reading from this joint. There it is. This is the foreword written by the editor of this compilation. Her name is Chandra Prasad. So it's the foreword to the book. The year after graduating from college, whilst living in Washington, D.C., in the land of the Potomac, I started to tally the number of strangers who would stop me and ask me what I am. Mexican, Pakistani, Greek, Lebanese. The list went on. The perpetual questioning wasn't annoying so much as amusing. For by then, in my early 20s, I was used to being asked about my background and understood that such inquiries generally rose not only from idle curiosity, but from deeper, murkier issues of identity and belonging. My younger brother Ravi, who has a quirky sense of humor and looks like he could have come from anywhere, likes to make a game of the what are you grilling. He gives a different answer each time, then studies the person's reaction. Often Ravi is met with the warmth of familiarity. Ah, so you are from the old country. Other times it's nonchalance or the faint bristle of aversion. All of us, whether we're conscious of it or not, compartmentalize people so that we can further readily place them along the continuum of what is personally comprehensible. The government compartmentalizes too. It was only in the year 2000, Common Era, 2000 CE, that the U.S. Census finally allowed citizens to check off as many racial categories as are applicable: white, black, American Indian, etc. Previously, Americans were allowed to check off only one, leaving multiracial people invisible and unaccounted for. Now that the mixed identity has become a matter of public discourse, so do have some of its intricacies. Because multiracial people are united only by the fact that they are not easily bracketed, the experience of being mixed is not a singular one. But there is some commonality amongst multiracial people, being the physical proof of an increasingly global society, acting as a solder between various communities, straddling cultural expectations. For some, the challenges are much further formidable. Within the American foster care system, for example, mixed-race children represent a rapidly growing segment. Multiracial adolescents stand a greater risk of depression and substance abuse, according to a recent study published in the American Journal of Public Health. And against life-threatening diseases that require bone marrow transplants, mixed-race people, given their highly specific ethnic makeup, face steep odds of finding a match, reports the Maven Foundation. Fortunately, a greater awareness of multiracial people is keeping pace with this group's exploding population. The United States alone currently counts over 20 million multiracial inhabitants. Dozens of books, websites, and community organizations devoted to multiracial issues are flourishing. Mixed-race stars are now mainstays of music, movies, and professional sports. And publishing, too. Multiracial authors are offering some of the most deft, insightful, and well-received prose around. I'm proud that so many of these authors have chosen to contribute to this anthology. What's vital about Mixed is its timeliness and its ability to welcome all readers into its fold. The literature here is by and about multiracial persons, but the feelings it evokes are universal, whether it be the determination and desperation of Peter Ho Davies' Minotaur, the determination of Emily Roboto's plucky young hero, or the jolting panic of Wade Compton's drug-addled university student. Ultimately, I hope Mixed will help readers to explore a new hybridized world, to ask sticky questions, to refuse easy answers. My quietest, grandest dream, though, is that this book will blur boundaries, or better yet, expose how illusory most boundaries are in the first place. Now, what's interesting about this joint? I've read this anthology, and I don't do fiction too tough, so that's a statement. I do this a number of years ago. However, it's been a number of years since I read it, and the interesting thing I find about this is that is that there is a photograph of all the authors who are included within this anthology. For example, even the one who writes the introduction. However, there's not a photograph of the actual editor. Haha, how about that? So, anyways, oh, shall I do them all? Shall I do them all? Oh, there she is. Oh, look at that. I love to be proven wrong. It takes such skill to do it, though. Everybody, you get in, you get in, you get in. This thing is in reverse too, so I gotta get accustomed to that again. So that's all I got for today. We might be able to keep this under 10 minutes. Might could. I'm trying to be equitable now. And remember, where I started with this joint. Well, I started somewhere in the middle. Hi, where's your walking partner?
Oh, I'm going to meet her.
Nice to see you again. Well, did I see you earlier this week? That was you? In front of algebra?
Yeah.
Alright, I was making sure, like, I know her. So, alright, cheers. So, I think I showed her before. I'll conclude with a funny story. Uh-oh. We got to hurry up. We're running out of space. So, here's a funny story. I'll conclude it with the author again. So here we go. One of the authors here featured here, I ain't gonna search for his Matt Johnson. I remember seeing him at the Mixed Remixed Festival. I didn't see him directly. I saw him in a recording of it, and so the recording was of one of his book readings, reading of one of his books. And so he was reading the excerpt, and as he was reading the excerpt, he started to cry, very moved, because he was talking about being mixed and being alone. And he was reading in front of a room of people who can identify with that. So he was emotional about that, started to cry. Then he paused his reading and said, and if anybody tells anybody else that I cried here, he threatened to kill everybody. So guess what? I'm spilling the beans. There it is. Namaste. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Zaijen. Adios. Te chaku is a simple na asamowo. Kill it Fred. One love and peace.